Deep Talk with Mr. Henry.
Welcome back. There are certain things we take for granted in life, like having mommy, daddy, when they're around. I usually tell most of the people that sit down with me in our sections of Sit Down with Mr. Henry that whether bent or broken, it's a family tree. You don't choose where you're born, you're just born into it. And regardless of oba mama omulalu, oba chi, abera muzaddewo, oba taatawo, yakola ki oba yakola ki, still abera muzaddewo. Now, for TRACY Mirembe, she did not have moments with her mother. Bamwita buyisi muziika. And that is something that you carry forward with for the rest of your life, because chatuukawo nga at least ategeera, and then of course then dad is not around, he's starting another family. Are there moments you get like mad at him and you're like, but yo?
I never get that mad at my dad.
Mm.
I think I love my dad too much. Sidabana faults, by the way. I feel like everything he did was what was best for me and for him. Yeah.
Do you ever get to know the story of why they separated? And
yeah, I know why they separated, but I wouldn't want to share that.
It's
here.
personal,
It's like
yeah.
more personal, and I wouldn't share that. But my dad has always been there. No.
Does
No.
their experience, does it scare you of what one might come when you become a parent?
I don't want to dwell so much on what Nsobichi bazadde bafeze bakola, even though I know some of those things you can carry as a child from your parent, especially when it comes to mpisa zaabwe oba enneeyisa oba ki. But I don't want to lean so much on the negative side. Yeah, I want to believe I'm a totally different person, different destinies, different stories, and my story will not be like my mom's story.
Amen. You've given relationships and love a chance. Are you in a relationship now as we speak?
Right now I'm not, but I've been in relationships.
Why is it that every person who gets a hit song and life happens, the first thing that leaves you is your relationship? What happened between you and your previous
My
guy?
relationship left me before my hit song.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but yeah, it's just, I think being single is a choice. And it's
Now that's
something
what you choose,
yes, it's a choice for me.
Let's dive into the music now. You were taking us through school, how you get to know that you sing better than everyone. Now, how do you get into studio? Nogamba ati kati ka recording oluyimba.
So, twali mu competitions awo byatandikira.
Oh yes.
So when I started kantandikire when we went into the competitions, I saw a different world. I met so many people, and I went from being this shy, less confident girl to being a more confident person and to believing in myself more. Why? Because abantu betwalinga nabo balinga batuzaamu amaanyi. Also when you're there, the treatment you get is like, oh, you're a star, you're this, you're that, you can do it. Like there's a lot of people encouraging you. So I get out of a competition, Ngobongo Bange Bwachuka. I emerged number 3.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Ngobongo Bange Bwachuka, nyimbi, nkoze rehearsal meetings abantu, meetings ku bayimbi, abebalinga baleta to mentor us in the competitions.
Who was your favorite mentor? Kujukire.
My favorite mentor at that time, Cindy.
Okay. Why?
Cindy.
What was striking about her?
Cindy during the competitions was like mommy. Mommy. And I think she just she loved me and she would treat me so well.
Oh, yeah.
She carried grace. Even when she was trying to lead you into a certain direction, she would not do it directly. She would do it gracefully. And even when I didn't win, there was a moment where she just came and gave me a hug and she started crying.
She
and
cried?
She cried and we both cried. And she was like, Tracy, if you ever stop here, you will break me. Like you will have broken me if you let this define you, the fact that you didn't win, if you let it define you, ogenda bomb menye. And those words, I can never forget that. Do you understand? understand?
If
And
you
right
don't,
now,
if you stop here and let this define you, you're gonna have a menu.
she told me you will have broken me. Don't let this, the fact that you didn't win, don't let it break you. Like, don't stop here.
Oh yeah.
Just keep going. Do you understand? And I think when I meet her again, I will definitely share those moments with Jukizi.
You've never met her again?
We've not been in the same space since then. Yeah.
Why do you think you didn't win? What do you think happened?
It wasn't my thingy, my trophy to take.
Mm.
The child, it wasn't.
No, but there's usually that one thing you can probably maybe I can't sing a double Z or you know, I made a wrong choice. Who was the winner?
She's called Sandra.
Okay.
I think I am on TikTok these days. She's called Sandra now.
She's not yet active in the.
Not yet, really. Yeah, but she won. She had a nice voice. She deserved to win. Kubedo was really dungy and very strong. Katini naika ine was. Yes. So, but it wasn't my trophy to take, and I don't even dwell on that. Yeah.
For somebody who said in school you used to think you sing better than everyone.
No, when I was young.
And now you're on big platforms, you actually get into competitions and people win you.
Yeah.
Did it affect your...
No, it didn't. Like, I know I'm not the best. I know what I do is beautiful, and I know my craft is lovely. But I always leave room to say someone out there is better.
You always leave room to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though you can be the best at what you do, someone else can do it better than you.
You enter the industry. You started as TRACY MELON?
More competitions, twirling out because our real names. So it was TRACY Mirembe. So when I have more competitions, I got into management with a guy called Roy, because yali part of the project. Atuigiriza dance. He owns Joy Studios, the dance studio. I think you've seen.
Oh, the ones that are in. Yeah.
So when natandika, natandika with live band.
You which band were you singing with?
Bali Bajita, Troy. Yes. So kati when naimba twaimba live band bulungi nnyo. Paka, then my boss told me, why don't you go into studio?
Him?
Yes. So I'm like, oh great, because that's always what I wanted. Nanonya, I think, was very signature. Natwandikira oluyimba. Then we went to producer Nesim. Netukola akayimba kaffe akasooka bakayita Nakupenda. Netumala netushootinga ne video awo. Yeah, that was I think 2022.
Were you loving what was happening there? You see, there are presenters that want to be like me. I'll give you an example. But the opportunity for them to sit behind such a setup and cameras like this has not yet come. And probably they are on some stations. Like how I also want to be on like an international level. Nayenga, I don't know if you get where I'm going with the question. In that process, as you know, singing Nakupenda, is that what you really wanted? Did you feel it at heart that this is what I wanted?
I wanted to go mainstream, big time. I didn't like the music at that time. It didn't make sense to me because
what they were making you sing, yes.
Of course, I heard do you like that song? Do you do this? Do you do that? I had the betu. Do you understand? But fenga bayimbi buli muyimbi abeerako n'ekintu ky'ayagala ne music gw'ayagala ne music gwe yandiyagadde naye ng'ate otuuka wano ku ground
birala
tekisoboka.
Yeah, it's one thing to discover your sound, but then you might discover a sound that is not likable. I joined Galaxy. True. I'm giving you an example. I'm presenting very well.
Yes.
And then my boss calls me and is like, hey, you're good, but you're presenting to the wrong people. Yeah, this is not how you're supposed to present. This is not Galaxy. I was presenting like, oh, I'm on BBC or something. Yeah, it's good, but it's a product you're selling to the wrong people. So he gives me an assignment. He tells me, go to Murungu. We're going to have an event, see the kind of people that come to Galaxy events. Then you will understand who you're communicating to.
Yes.
I look at the Galaxy audience, and I twitch. Oluganda lwange lwali si lulungi by the time I started presenting at Galaxy. Neneeyigiriza Oluganda. Consciously, I started blending. Do you feel like what they gave you to sing and the genres you were comfortable with were applicable to the audience?
We were
Ugandans, would they love it? Yes.
Yeah, we were in a time of, because we were in a time of discovering what is best, not just for my ears, but also for the listeners.
Yes.
So twagezaako buli kimu ngera bwe nkugambye omuntu osobeera n'ekintu gwe kyoyagala n'ekintu ekikufuula ow'enjawulo gwenga omuyimbi naye ate waliwo n'okudiscoveringa ekintu abantu kye bakusiimiddemu ne image gye bakusiimiddemu. Do you understand? Nti nno Tracy ne waba ng'ayagala nnyo okweyogeza oluzungu n'okuyimba oluzungu naye singa akayimba abantu ke baba bagadde mu kusooka. I have a song called Buwoomi. Kati bwe nzija nga nnyimba Buwoomi and it gets massive audience, that means for some reason you have to continue in that line for some time.
Because you don't just change a winning formula.
You don't.
Bakulaze nti kyebaagala
kyoba olina ogenda nakyo. So kati ebyo byonna twali mu kugezesa. Do you understand? Ekiseera kyatuuka nga tukooye. I think nga buli omu atuuse ku breaking point. Nga tewali kivaayo.
Still with the same guy, Roy.
Yes.
Troy.
Troy.
Yeah.
Troy is the company. Roy is the guy. So, we were exhausted, honestly, because all of us were like,
For real?
And every time he would call me, he would be like, hi, Tracy. I'm like, hi, Roy. He's like, but Tracy, every time I call you, you don't have energy. And I'm like, no.
There was nothing like happening relationship-wise? Like,
No.
it's okay, you can tell me.
No, there was nothing, honestly.
Because you see, music is an expensive project.
Yes.
Omuntu okwata n'akuteekamu naddala nga tozza.
No, my bosses are not like that.
Okay.
Honestly, sisobola nakutula neno n'ekirowooza nako because tekiwanga watengamba maze nabo emyaka esatu. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
So he's like, I'm just thinking to ina manyi, but I was also tired. I was like, no, I've been to the bitambula, you know. So we netutuula netugamba kati. The next song we are creating has to be a hit song.
Twagala tetwagala.
Mwagala temwagala. We are looking for the best writer. We are looking for the energy we have to put in this song has to make it a hit song. So Chemical, I used to work with Chemical nze kuva dda. So Chemical n'agamba lwaki temufuna omwami gwe bayita Dr. Brain. So I'm like, I've been seeing Doctor, yes, and I'm like, I would love to have a song done with him. So at that time, Doki was, I think Doki, he's a very understanding guy. Also, but he works better if you sort of have created a relationship or a conducive environment like for him to work with you. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. He calls Doki. Namugamba waliwo wano mwana gwenjagala olabe. Chemical yakwira Doctor. Waliwo wano mwana gwenjagala olabe. Ayimba bulungi. Doctor nambuuza bamuyitaani. Chemical namugamba Tracy Melon. Nagamba kali mujje. So we went to studio to see him, and he's like, Tracy, I'm your fan. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Like
so
he had listened
been
to
seeing me the whole time. Because before that, nze nalinga nkola covers ku TikTok. Nga nkoze cover TikTok nga nagifuula, I don't know. But nakolanga covers. So he used to see me. So when I met him, he actually knew me. That's what made it easy for us to work together. Also, when we met, we discovered we were tribe mates. Kati olulimi ne lukyuka. Ne tutandika kwogera Lusoga. So we went into studio a few days later. And we came up with that song, Kakana, in a few hours, say like 2 hours. We write, usually when we're writing, we're studio Nedoki, I come up with the melodies, he comes up with the words. So you find the beat koze. So I have melodies in my head. I record the melodies and Doki pens down.
How do you record melodies?
Na coming up nebigambo to fit in the melody.
Oh wow, that's
yes.
Extreme creativity.
Yes. So we went in with this energy. Because twasokane tutula meeting tugamba, guys, we need to come up with a song. We need to come up with a song. Dokina tukakasana tugamba temweda likirida.
I got you.
I got you.
Yes.
So we went into studio and that's how we came up with Kakana and hey. Kama yaza bibi.
Would you say that it's your defining song for now?
For now. Yes, for now.
But is that who you want to be? Because now it's good I have you here. You release Kakana. Ngana wana luyimba. And I'm waiting. You know everyone, Ugandans, we are funny. We're like, Azakochi. And then you go back to the other one. For me, I was like, Asimbude. Who do you want to be? Define for me the kind of artist TRACY MELON wants to be, using examples. For example, I don't want you to say Njagala Berango, no, but examples of what, you know, close to what you would love to be.
Wow. I hate to say this, but I feel like me as an artist, what defines me is nothing other than, by the way, I'm not bragging, but nothing other than my voice. My voice is what defines me. I have nothing more to offer to you than my voice. Because I don't skimp, somebody VMP. I don't have
I saw you in the Zina Carnival.
I have no...
I wanted to call you and I'm like, TRACY, dress normally. I saw you were uncomfortable.
I wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't uncomfortable.
For real?
I wasn't. Because
Okay.
never wakanga says, oh, that's how it was. So
you're not skimpy?
I have no skin to show you. I have no, cleavage I have no noodles to release to you.
Okay.
Music. That's all I have to offer you. Do you understand?
What genre, what identity do you want to create? I'll give you artists that are immortal forever and ever. They will forever be alive. Michael Jackson. Like if they say Michael Jackson, you will know. If they say Celine Dion, if they say Whitney, if they say Radio, if they say Juliana, you understand? So who do you want to be?
I think if we're talking in terms of music and the style I've always wanted to do, I love kompa, kizomba, zouk.
Excuse me.
You don't see me there? Wait for my next song.
Zouk.
Yes. That is one. I will always sit.
Give me an example of a zouk song so that we are in the same space. Those are the things you like.
Yes.
Like sort of what Nava graded with Sokolami. Something like that.
Yeah, something soul R&B zouk. Something more soulful and zouk-ish in terms of dance.
Okay, like Techiri Mutima. It's more like, okay, you give me a TV show and then you give me like a musical show. I can do it, but it's not what I love.
Kakana is something that I learned to fall in love with. Then in the long run, Nogamba, I love this. Like, I love this. I didn't know I could do this. Do you understand?
I'm so mad at you. After Kakana, then you went back to almost the other one. Where I read, I was like, Kahana Baraka has competition. They're going to move there. And I'm like, oh my.
What do you mean Baraka has competition? In terms of what?
Like, okay, like that trend. But anyway, that's just my thinking, because your voice is very beautiful.
Thank you.
So So the song comes out. Now people start getting to know you, because I honestly want to feel like it's your biggest song so far.
Yes, it is.
What changes?
Honestly,
The
nothing
experience.
much has changed. Music, in the music industry, it's not, when you have a hit song, you're definitely a millionaire. Not that you have the money. You don't get the bookings like you expect to, It's a process. Do you
The
understand?
song didn't bring back money. It is never
come out. Never, trust me.
Troy, call me. We have the right formula.
Does it never come out? But honestly, chimpa more audience.
You can step on stage and now people know.
And people sing along. It feels good. It's a process. It's a journey. And this is a very good starting point.
You were doing a lot of TikToks for other people.
Yes.
When you get a song, almost no one does a TikTok for your song. You're doing TikToks for other people. Yeah, you do TikToks for other people, and and now when you get your own song, you feel like maybe it's gonna be mutual. No one. The best they did is use the sound.
Let me tell you something, honestly. I see and I don't judge. Do you understand? So when I started TikTok, it was a choice. I did it because I love music. Since I love music, nekakati wade ninaka imba, nti people are singing along to my song. When so and so releases a song and I love it, I will not fail to sing to it. Why? Because I love music and I have no bad energy towards anyone. For now, do you understand? I don't do these things expecting favors to be done in return for me. If you don't do me a challenge, gonna call it a challenge. I don't take it personal, honey. Me doing a challenge for you was my choice and my decision. Nasala won't call it a challenge because I loved your song. It doesn't mean that you have to return the favor. Honestly, if you don't return the favor, it's okay. Yes.
Have you had some sort of like embarrassing moments so far in the industry that you'd be like, I would love to erase this, but unfortunately, again.
What in your embarrassing moments? Except for the time I went to sing in a place and there was no people. I don't find that embarrassing.
They had booked you. You came and zero.
Wali wote bobili of which emunze yali ajitudeko.
Where did this happen?
Deka. Kati endala yali walinga bambi kuliko there's a friend of mine who always supports me ye ajanga takugami na kugamba. Naye so he had come with his friends and I sang for just those 2 tables and that
you
was
sang
it. I did sing. Actually the guy who booked me ajanangama, Tracy, you do not have to sing if you don't want to. Okay, I understand there's no people. I'm like, honey, that table over there
has come to see me
to be on stage. I'm like, don't worry, I will sing. Next time we shall maybe push better or promote the event better. But for now, Bebaliwo, I have to sing for them. And I did exactly that.
You're a vocalist. Mwemani, I've had male versions of vocalists. Not versions, excuse me, male vocalists. Yes. But you're a vocal artist. There's usually somebody you can say, this one has a very good voice. So which one can you say has?
In the male guy?
No, like generally.
Generally, I'll always say Irene Namubiru.
For real? She's the person you would say you look up to.
Oyo mkazi wali amsinga kuimba. One in Uganda.
Cindy?
They're not
Lilian
in the same caliber.
Babazi.
They're not in the same caliber. She's a vocalist, honey.
Cindy is not a vocalist.
No,
I'm just telling you. Cindy, have you listened
Cindy
to her?
Yeah,
have you listened to Lilian Babazi?
I have listened to Lilian Babazi. I know almost all these guys who sing very beautifully.
Juliana Kanyomozi?
Yes, but
Irene sings better than Juliana,
yes.
in your opinion.
Yeah?
In your opinion?
No, they are different vocalists.
I've been looking.
No.
Just speaking freely.
Banjawulo, Juliana imba bulungi. Nze kati nakula mpuliriza Juliana na Irene Namubiru. Bebo nakula mpuliriza. Kati awo makati netandika okuwuliriza Irene Ntali. Awo nga nkuzeemuko. But since I was a baby, not a baby really, but when I was young, nali nga mpuliriza nnyo Irene ne Juliana.
What would you say is your favorite Irene song? You don't strike me as an Irene fan. It's shocking, actually.
Really?
What would you say is your Irene song?
Pull it down, pull it down.
Keep going. It sounds beautiful.
Little, calm me down, calm me down. Yeah.
You strike me as 7 days gonna Yange. Let's talk about collabos. Which as we wind this up, which artists would you really love to do collabos with besides Irene Namobiru? Because that's a no-brainer.
Banji. I have no specific artist that I'm looking at. Banji Benjagala. Irene, no.
Besides Irene Namobiru.
Besides Irene. Winnie Noaji, Vinka. Banji.
You actually like swangs a lot.
Not that I like songs a lot, but I love those particular artists.
Nwaji, Vinka.
Nwaji, Vinka, Elijah. Ani, Omlala, Joshua. Baraka.
Yeah, now that's a collab I strike you fitting in.
Nabalala Banji. Bonna actually, Njagala.
Ano, Techigwa for you.
Chigwa over the chi.
Actually, when I had, not in a bad way, but when I listen to Mpeke, I'm like, if Aroma sings very well. Do you agree or you disagree?
I disagree, honey. They killed that song. My song with Unknown is going to be a different one in case it's to happen.
I've frozen. You know, like usually.
Don't freeze.
Freezes, eh?
Omaya abantu abera nnyo n'ezo gundi ne bagamba kati singa luno limba no.
They
Singa kati nange
Baronona.
No. Singa olaba nange we nataka kana bagamba kale kati singa gundi ye yaluyimbye. Singa gundi ye yaluyimbye. And you're like, guys, kakana. You cannot be kali akayimba kabwe. They killed it. Like they killed it in a good way. Yes, they killed it. Not that Baluta, but they outdid themselves, and I love it. It was great.
Do you feel you would have done better than Aroma?
No, I don't
On
feel
the
like
song?
that. I don't feel like that.
You
Aroma
know that.
did great on that song.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm to do a collaboration, let me tell you, music tagwayo. That's why they don't know limba royagala enchana ulira ngate gundi yatadde nogamba ate kano kavuddewa. So there's endless music is just endless.
All right.
Yeah.
For the person who is watching you, probably did not know these all sides of you. I wish we had more time, but we have to bounce. Bigambo Chibyo Solo Mugamba. I'm not going to ask you where do you see yourself in the next 5 years. But I mean, we now know you. We know your voice. So you either disappoint us or you make us more proud. But we know the potential of your voice. What a one.
What message I have for the viewers? Don't let people define you. You can have people abakugamba. People are very opinionated. We're in an industry where everyone, for some reason, thinks their opinion matters. I don't know why, but people are so opinionated.
It is showbiz. It has to be there.
I don't know.
You want it or not.
But we're in an industry where you're not going to avoid that. But people's opinions and what people say about you does not define you. Just stick to who you are. People will always have but that should not be a hindrance towards you pushing and pursuing whatever you want to pursue. Business know what you want. When you know what you want, it's easy for you to achieve it. Kubo manjolaga ne oyagala okulaga. Naye oba okyali bwoti confused. Chomanyi bulungi wogenda.
For the men watching out there, they would kill me if I don't ask you what kind of man you're looking for, because you told us you're single. And so I'd break it in like 2 questions. Which Ugandan male or which artist would you date? I'm not gonna just close it to Ugandan and yeah, what kind of man would you say TRACY MELON is looking for?
Ugandan. 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 Ugandan
You already told
Baby,
us
who's
you're
a
single.
Bibidi?
Hey, Bibidi.
Which man and which artist?
Which artist? Because we put a face to their characters. Yeah, which artist would you
Which
date?
artist?
Ngogamba banayiru n'olwenzi lumba. Lumba. Yes. And you can't say no one. You
I
know
think
that.
my celebrity crush is Eleeeh. Element Eleeeh.
The Rwandese. That would be a beautiful combination. We saw Rwanda.
Yeah.
Why?
But
Because of his looks?
not really his looks. I've met him and his persona. He's calm, cool, collected, almost like he has no words. Like just halingataina man.
Is that what you're really looking for in a man? You're looking for
a man who can just be there and they're quiet, and like they're just there and they're quiet. They're not talking.
That's how you know she's dominant. She wants to be the only one talking.
No,
I think she's a baby's girl.
but you know what?
She's
A
your
man
mommy's
who's
girl,
cool
yes.
and collected hits different, honey. He is
For real?
very calm and Tayogeda. What about you?
Atalabika inala Tracy. We really wish you, the best in your career, in your life. It's good that, we now can put a face to the voice. Thank you for being humble in the humble beginnings. We hope the next time we ever sit down here, because I'm sure it will happen, you're still humble.
Yes.
You might come. Or maybe I've hosted people who come and the next time they are looking at you like this. Hey, nyimba zangu watu baziuliza bazireke na chikuba, and I'm like, thank you for your time, and let me know what you think. Send me the feedback on our different platforms. If you're watching this show on TV, Teweda Vidogenda and ku YouTube. It's the Deep Talk with Mr. Henry. My name is Mr. Henry. Until we meet next week. Bye-bye.
The Deep Talk with Mr. Henry.